Hi, my name is Will Buchanan, and I'm walking all the way across the country to New Hampshire in search of more freedom on a project called the Walk for Liberty. Today is October 28th, 2008, day 174. I'll be walking for most of the day today on what used to be an old railroad track, but since then has been converted into a trail. The US presidential elections are coming up very soon. And of course, the vast majority of the media attention is being given to the two anointed frontrunners, the Republican and the Democrat. I completely understand why the national media does that. They see them as the only two candidates with a realistic chance of winning, and therefore, the only ones worthy of attention. And they're probably right. One of those two likely will be the one who wins. But to use the media's logic of deciding who to cover nationally, and to apply that to deciding who you will vote for on a personal basis, I think is a big mistake. The national media only wants to cover the candidates who they think have a good shot at winning. But do you personally want to cast your vote only for somebody who you think has a good shot at winning? If your vote counted for 10% or 5% or even 1% of the total, that might make sense. However, your vote only counts for about 1/1,000,000% of the total. It's not going to make the difference. And yes, I realize that in the US, the presidential vote goes by an electoral college system and not a popular vote. But let's say you're even a voter in Florida during the 2000 election, one of the closest elections in history. Even in Florida, the election was decided by, what, about 400 votes? Even there, your one vote would not have been a spoiler. If the vast majority of your views fall in line with one of the two major candidates, then by all means, don't hesitate to vote for them. However, many people I've talked to don't really like either one of the candidates. But they dislike one of the candidates so strongly that they feel they have no choice but to vote for his opponent. They might even say something like, well, I don't really like him, but he is the lesser of two evils. Isn't voting for the lesser of two evils still voting for evil? Another related argument, which I've heard people use, is to say, oh, don't vote for that third-party candidate. You're wasting your vote. And I have to admit, I've fallen prey to that argument myself. Back in the 2000 election, instead of sticking to my guns and voting for Libertarian Party candidate Harry Brown, my friend convinced me instead to vote for George W. Bush. The problem with voting based on the wasted vote argument is that your one vote is not going to make the difference and is not going to spoil the election. What truly would be a waste of your vote would be to not vote according to your principles. You only have one vote, so make it count. Vote for a candidate who you truly believe in, whether they're a third party or not. So the next time you tell someone you're voting for a third party candidate and they say, "Don't vote for him! You're throwing away your vote!" Just reply back, "Nah, I don't want to vote for the Republican or Democrat, neither one of which I really believe in, since I don't want to waste my vote." I have an electrical outlet signal tester, and all of a sudden it started going crazy when I walked under these electrical wires. Ah, a mobile living room. You can just kick back, let someone else do the driving, and watch life passing you by. Re-elect Washel someone for sheriff. I walked about 20.9 miles for Liberty today. And here's my GPS position. If you appreciate what we're doing here to spread the message of freedom on the Walk for Liberty, please consider donating $3 at donate.walkforliberty.com. This is Will Buchanan, signing off. Vote yes for students, since if you vote no, it must mean that you hate students, but absolutely couldn't mean that you think education should be privately funded and not by the government.